Hello traders and welcome to the market opening preview. March 23rd, 2016 on Hump Day, Wednesday, middle of our trading week. Traders, great to be with you, coming to you live from Thailand. Bright blue, sunny skies, hot, and white sandy beaches. Traders, this is brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. Please come visit our website at fxclearing.com for your trading solutions. Also, it's got a great economic calendar. It's got opportunities for demo accounts, live trading, everything right there in one place. All right, traders, got a lot to talk about today. Some interesting charts we have today. We've changed a little bit. I'll show you that in just a moment. And we have just a little bit of news today. Not too much news data this week, as we have a holiday on Friday. In the U.S. session, it is Easter weekend in the U.S., so Friday all the markets will be closed in the U.S. session. All right, traders, let me introduce myself to you. My name is William Gilday. I'm your moderator for the market opening preview series every single trading day before the London Open. Traders, I do record this during the Asia session, so you might want to count back about 10 or 12 candles if you're looking at this in London Open, and you can see where I started my presentation. Traders, I started trading in the year of 2006, and in 2008, I retired from a wonderful 27-year career as a firefighter paramedic in the great state of Florida. Traders, I do trade the Forex markets every day. I am always looking for opportunities, and I do that, one, by listening to fundamentals. I have a live news feed that I pay for, and that's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, year after year after year, and I've been with them since about 2007. Also, we need to know what fundamentals are coming out, what has come out, and what's going on around the world. Unfortunately, our incident yesterday in Brussels is very sad, and it did affect the markets. And the markets did react to it in the U.S. session, and our hearts go out to the families that have lost loved ones in such a shameless attack. All right, so I'm a technician. I love charts. I love analyzing candlesticks, price action, price structure, price failure, and support and resistance. And I do use a couple of indicators on my charts. I use 3 EMAs, which you're going to see today. I use a 200 exponential moving average, a 55 moving average, and a 10 moving average. And I use in my live trading charts, when I'm trading Forex, I use harmonics. When I'm trading options, I use the Ichimoku indicator. So I do use indicators for a little bit of help, just to make sure I'm getting some kind of confirmation in my trade. So that's a little bit about how I trade. I'm a pullback trader. I like price to make a move, pull back, and then jump on in it. And I love using the Fibonacci tool. I think that's just awesome tool to have is our Fibonacci tool. All right, that's enough about me. Let's move on and let's get the legal stuff out of the way. This is our risk disclaimer. Forex trading has a large potential rewards, but also a large potential of risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex market. Most of all, traders, please do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Remember, when you click that button, you're putting risk on the table. You're saying, I'm willing to risk so much amount of money for this trade to work. Traders, always remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, let's head over to news and commentary. The only data that's coming out today that's high impact is new home sales out of the U.S., and that'll be in the U.S. session. So we'll keep an eye out for that. And there's nothing else going on. We have a lot of medium impact news events. We have Swissy has zoo survey expectations, and we have we have the crude oil stock exchange also today, and that is a medium impact news event. When we look into Asia for tomorrow, we really don't have anything. We have some trade balance out of New Zealand, and that is about it, folks. Like I said, it's going to be a very slow week until we get to Monday, when we can start again. So let's take a look at how the markets closed on yesterday in the U.S. session. The Dow 30 closed negative 0.23%. The S&P 500 closed negative 0.09%. The Nasdaq closed positive 0.27%, with the small cap 2000 closing negative 0.15%. Let's take a look at the Eurozone and the DAX. The DAX closed positive 0.42%. The FTSE 100 out of London closed positive 0.13%, with the CAC 40 in Paris closing positive 0.09%, and the Eurostoxx 50 closing negative 0.04%. Trades, let's take a look at what's going on in Asia. Remember, these countries are currently trading. The Nikkei 225 is currently positive at 0.29%. The S&P ASX 200 out of Australia is negative 0.48%. And the Shanghai indices are positive 0.18%. And the Hang Seng out of Hong Kong looks like they're closed today, but they closed yesterday at negative 0.03%. They should have been open about 10 minutes ago. And the Kospi out of Seoul is currently negative at 0.06%. So that gives you an idea what's going on in the markets and how they close and where we're at in Asia. All right, let's keep an eye on what's going on. I think our biggest commentary statement is we have some changes coming in reference to our market opening preview, and hopefully within 7 days, I will spill out a little bit each day about our changes as they develop. Myself and our great friends at FXCL working together to hopefully make things a little bit, well, I think it's going to be a lot better and a lot more convenient for traders to see. So we're doing some great stuff behind the scenes, and hopefully within 7 days we should be up and running, and I'm excited to be presenting that to you all. Other than that, like I said, I think it's going to be a slow trading week. We have Easter holidays starting on Friday in the U.S., and so Friday the U.S. session is closed, and so it's a short trading week for all. All right, let's get over to the euro dollar. Let's see what's going on. Okay, a little bit of change in the charts. Just let me explain what's going on with the chart. So we're back to a white background. I had some comments come in. People really didn't like the darker background. They really liked the white charts. So we went to white charts. And I've added my 3 exponential moving averages that I use in my live trading. And the green one, of course, you all know is the 200 exponential moving average. The blue one is the 55 exponential moving average. And that thin brown line is the 10 exponential moving average. So we have price stuck in a wedge here. So we're looking for price to break below this trend line, and we're going to sell this. We'd love to get in this at 1.1208. I'd probably wait till 1190 to get in, 1195 to get in. Make sure this is going to break that psychological level of 1200. We're going to sell this all the way down to the S2 reversal pivot at 1.1147. So looking at a nice 40 pip trade here, depending on where you get in. But we're bearish, we remain bearish, and we're staying with the trend. All right, let's take a look at the pound. Again, new charts. Look at the separation between the EMAs. This is something that I really wanted to show you all. We have the 200 exponential moving average, the 55 moving average, and then the 10 moving average right on top of the last candle, right? So, but look at the angle and separation, and that's what's important. They're pointing to the downside. There's a lot of separation between that. We love to see that. That's what we want to see. So I'm looking for a pullback basically to the daily pivot. And of course, that 55 exponential moving average, if price continues to move down, will continue to move down with that, helping us in our sell trade when we get back up to the daily pivot. We'd like to enter this trade at 1.4254. And I've placed a support line on the chart, and we'd like to take profit at 1.4199. So this is like a nice 50 pip trade. We just need the pullback, and we need price to come back to us. I don't know if that's going to happen this week. I think the rest of the week is going to be very slow. We just need to be careful on what we do, okay? And we need to watch fundamentals. We need to watch news data that's coming out in the world today. Is, like I said, the disaster in Brussels, and I think we're going to see some action today, and hopefully they can sort of recover, and they will, but it's going to take some time. All right, let's take a look at the Aussie dollar. As you know, I'm going to change a trend with the Aussie dollar. I'm bullish in the Aussie dollar. So I put a Fibonacci tool on this chart. Look at our moving averages, really sweet moving averages. The brown moving average, which is the 10 exponential moving averages, right below that big blue candle, really nice. Then we have the 55, and then of course the 200. So I want this to come back to the 61.8 at 0.7612, and I'd love to get into this trade in that area. So we're looking for a bullish candle there. Now, this is the nice part about using fibs. I didn't know where I wanted to take profit, but using fibs, I know that the 161.8 is always a great place to take our profits. So we want to take profits at 0.7689. And if you look at the 161.8, it's actually at close to the 0.7700, which is psychological area, and we want to get out before that. And the 618 is going to provide us that, and the 161.8 is going to provide us with that at 0.7689. We'll get out of this thing like 11 pips before that psychological area, because you know there's a lot of orders sitting up there to take this short. All right, let's take a look at the Euro Aussie. This pair is absolutely wonderful, nice trending to the downside. However, it was in a range all day. Not quite sure why we had these red candles. There was no news data today that came out. However, we need a pullback. I put a resistance line on the chart, that magenta line. We'd like to see this pull back, and we'll get in this trade at 1.4724. I do not have a take profit on this trade because I'm not sure this is going to pull back, to be honest with you, traders. And we're just going to have to wait for London to open and reevaluate this Euro Aussie. So there's nothing to do until London and we see where price is. This might just continue to fall, my friends, and we'll have to wait until we get some kind of a pullback, some kind of a stoppage or weakness, so we can get in this trade at a reasonable price. But we want to get into at 1.4724 would be the best option for us. All right, let's take a look at the Euro Yen. I placed a resistance line on this Euro Yen at 126.04, and I want to sell it there. And I think we have a little bit of help from our 200 exponential moving average. And look at what's right underneath that, the 55 exponential moving average. So we might get our bounce there. And let's get a bounce back up to the 126.00 level. And we'll sell this because that is definitely strong resistance. We'll take that back down to the daily pivot point at 125.62. So this is a nice 45 pip trade. We just need price action to work with us, and I think we're going to get that. I think we're going to be okay. This pair is really good about pullbacks, and you all know that the yen is very strong. Okay, let's take a look at the New Zealand dollar. This has been in a pretty nasty range, to be honest with you. It's bearish. I've been bearish in the New Zealand dollar for a long time, and I continue to remain bearish. I have placed a resistance line at 0.6786, and I'm looking for this to pull up to that resistance, and we're going to sell that at that price at 0.6786, and we want to take profit at support at 0.6739, and again I placed a support line on there. Now there's a good chance we're going to get a pretty decent bounce at this 200 exponential moving average. Again, we have the 55 right underneath that, and then right below that we have the daily pivot. So in that price area, I would be looking to scale my profits, be looking to take something off the table, and always pay yourself first, right? Leave something to come on down to the support line, but definitely want to scale out of this trade once we get to this support area, and it really has some really nasty price action left in the chart. So we are going to expect some kind of a bounce. Right now, we want that bounce for our entry. All right, traders, that wraps up our 6 currency pairs in review. Traders, on behalf of myself, William Gilday, and our great friends at FXCL, excellence in trading, and please come visit us again at fxclearing.com for your trading solutions. Traders, right on time today at 14 minutes and 10 seconds. All right, traders, have a great trading day, and always remember to trade smart and not hard. Traders, we'll talk to you in about 24 hours. See you then. Bye-bye.